Welcome to Supergame East's inaugural year at OXCC in Chesapeake City, Maryland. And this is actually the very beginning. This is Friday. And to give you a little perspective on the map, you see the light aqua blue lines that split left and right. If you kind of went straight through there, that's kind of where we're at, looking to the left a little bit, but I'm going to veer back to the middle of those two blue lines. And this wood line is called Black Snake. That player right there, that's Greg Hastings. So we're going to get into all of this. We're going to start off a little slow here, but we're going to get hot and heavy as we go. But just thought I'd give you some perspective. Friday, as you can see at the beginning of the day, not too many players on the field right away, but it did heat up. Now you can hear Greg there pulling his players forward. So we're going to flip sides here to the blue side. We were right there with the red players coming along the tape line. As you can see again, now you can locate me on the field. I'm up by the trenches. You can see the DangerMan icon on the map. And we're now looking back towards the red players from the blue side, from the trenches. I'm going to swing around here, kind of give you a perspective of how busy this brush is. This has really grown up over the past couple of years. Not really sure I'm too excited about these trees being this tall. I like clean shooting lanes. So the blue team is kind of gathering themselves, getting a feel for the event. I have to tell you, when I walked out here, a lot of players did not know the game rules immediately. And that put red out ahead real quickly, because essentially it's a two-pronged attack to claim a territory and points, or a two-pronged objective. There's these objective points out in the field where you claim a small territory, and then after you claim it, you are able to enable that territory for points based on how many of your teammates can get into that territory, that small allotted territory. And to gain those points, they have an actual physical item on the field. They have beads like you'd get at Mardi Gras. And during that time, no one within that territory can be shot. No one also can be shot out. So it's a short window in which you're able to claim those beads and claim points, essentially. So if you've got 50 players at that territory, you can obviously claim a lot more points than if you were to claim that territory and have done it with a small crew of, let's say, 5, 6, 7, or 8 players. So the more players you stack into a territory in that window, the more points you can claim. So it's not your traditional territories type situation where you just claim a territory, hold it for 20 minutes, and if you can hold it for 20 minutes, you get points. Didn't work that way, and I kind of like that. So you can tell, you know, after 25 years of Supergame, they've really honed these objectives down to make them much more interesting. So you can see some blue players pushing out into Black Snake, and they're working their way towards an objective unknowingly. But having said that, let's move to the actual objective that I just discussed and see how it switches hands from blue to red to blue again. So we're going to move from me looking downfield to actually getting downfield in Black Snake. I'm going to give you an inset map here. You can see the little DangerMan icon to show you where I'm at. You'll see the red glow is that base there that you're seeing on the actual foreground that is now being held by the red team. The blue team, I believe, is going to make a push on this and take it. I believe the red team is eventually going to take it back again. Let's hear what Gizmo has to say.
What's the objective? So, spoils of war. We got to get one team gets their flag up. The base goes neutral for 30 seconds. They try to get as many players into the base as they can in 30 seconds. All those players receive beads. That's why it's called spoils of war. They turn their beads in for points and extra raffle tickets. And one team, once they get it, they cannot retake it until the other team turns it their color. So 2 bases like that are in play right now, so it stops you from just sitting in one base.
So 2-step objective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it.
Because the first time they did it, there was only 2 people in there. They didn't wait for their team to come in that 30 seconds.
All right, thank you, Gizmo. He set it up nicely for the next video because this segment's going to end here in the interest of time. But the next segment, we're going to really get to the action where this base does flip back and forth. You're going to see opposing teams actually make some bold moves. In fact, you'll see the Apex Predators representing the red team punch in there with Mac, their team leader, actually making that bold move. And Well, as you can see, it's in a wooded area, much needed on a day like today because this particular day was nasty humid. I mean, it was off the charts. So players were really seeking out the woods for objectives so that they could keep the sweat out of their face. All right, so let's just get to it now.
It's too much for any man!
All right, here's the link to part 2. In the meantime, follow me on Instagram and Twitter because, well, waiting for videos to drop is cool and subscriptions are great. But wouldn't you like to know what I'm doing, where I'm going, what's coming up? That's the best way. DangerMan XX on Instagram and Twitter. You can also read articles at DangerMansLair.com. In fact, I have one for this very event with a review at DangerMansLair.com. Check it out.